which is a memoir called The Bird in the Mountain, and it's about my time spent as a Peace Corps volunteer in Lesotho, which is in southern Africa. And all you need to know for context for this part is I'm at my school in the staff room with two of my teachers. And I would like to dedicate this reading to my friends out there in this audience who have been Peace Corps volunteers and who may be going to Africa sometime very soon. The Africa Library Project sent me a box of children's books. Living in Lesotho, with one of the highest literacy rates of sub-Saharan Africa at 82%, it only makes sense to fill up the meager school library with books my students could read. I deliver them to the school and select a few for Thesis, Maccabee, one of the teachers, her daughters. Meg, Maccabee asks, handing me one of the picture books. What is a dinosaur? And Dr. Toga, another teacher, looks up with interest. I skim the slick-colored pages with the cartoonish green creatures emblazoned upon them. Dinosaurs are big lizards, think of the size of the staff room. Some of them were taller than that. They existed before people were on Earth. And Dr. Toga and May Maccabee glanced at each other. Lizards as big as a building. Well, yes. They're skeletons, bones of these dinosaurs found by people. They're in museums. I described Sue in Chicago's Field Museum. As a kid, I never doubted for an instant that those bones were real. May chuckles. What happened to them? Her tone is unconvinced, a smile wavering about her lips. I sift through science textbook explanations of this question. Meteors seem like a safe choice. A big meteor struck the Earth and wiped them out. What is a meteor? And Dr. Toga asks. He is the science teacher. A meteor is a big rock in the sky. Sometimes they look like streaks of light and they can crash into moons and planets. So a big rock fell from the sky and created an explosion that killed the dinosaurs. Now they're extinct. Extinct, he asks? Well, it means they no longer exist. Where were the people? People didn't exist. This was about 1 million years ago, and people haven't been around that long. The teachers laugh at me. What? The Earth is 4 billion years old, and people have been around, I don't know, only 100,000 years? And Dr. Toga's eyes widen with a mixture of disbelief and confusion with my English. Maccabee just shakes her head. I feel like a crazy person. An average American child possesses a basic understanding of dinosaurs and woolly mammoths. I define these two, hairy elephants. But no one here believes me. And maybe we are wrong. Maybe the bones aren't large lizard creatures after all. I lose all sense of reality. Do my teachers ever think of the deep past? Do they wonder about history? How we came to be? What came before? Perhaps it is no use asking the questions that don't provide food. I try to reimagine my existence without the knowledge of dinosaurs and glaciers and cavemen. I give myself a headache. The next school day, Maccabee stops reading a copy of the Babysitter's Club to ask me a question. She points to a paragraph in the open book. What is a goldfish? I figured this has to be easier than the dinosaur question. Well, it's a fish that people often keep as pets. A pet? Well, yeah, they keep the fish in a bowl or a tank of water and feed it. Maccabee shrugs. Why would they do that? Do they eat them? I laugh. They don't eat them. They're usually pretty small and yellow-colored and probably wouldn't taste good. They're like a decoration, something pretty to look at. The words spring from my mouth, and I realize how ridiculous I sound. As a child, I had beta fish, silvery with tasseled tails, which had to be alone in a bowl where they would hate each other. Sometimes I tapped the glass to make them move, but the only family member who got any amusement from them was my cat, who skimmed her paw across the water's surface, and my little brother, who liked to overfeed the fish, killing them. Then their fragile bodies would float to the surface, the eyes black and bulging. I tried a different approach. Have you been to Notre Inn in Notre? This is the inn that many volunteers frequent when visiting the capital to order frothy cappuccinos and free-range burgers. There's a large pond there, and they have large fish, like goldfish. They're pretty to look at. Well, yes, she says, I have seen the fish, but I've never eaten there. Maccabee plucks at her skirt, smoothing the fabric over her knees. It is too bad, May, that the Vespucci do not visit the inns. We don't get to see the goldfish. Well, I tell her you should come to Sarah with me sometime. We'll eat at Lancers and we'll see the goldfish. She grins at me, but in the recess of my brain, I wonder if only expats and tourists are able to go to inns and see the fish. Well, it just seems wrong, as though the West is keeping the knowledge of goldfish secret.